This guy right here started earning at the age of 15 by washing dishes and 20 years later launched AngelList Company, which is now worth $4 billion. Naval Ravikant is a legendary investor who has created a lot of wealth by investing in companies such as Uber, Fashinza, etc. etc. Hence, this guy knows how to create wealth. But how has he been able to do it so consistently? Welcome to Simplified with Ashish. I'm Ashish Soni. Every week I simplify the complex topics in markets, finance and the business world. So if you're interested in these topics, consider subscribing to get the simplest explanations of the most complex topics. In this episode, I will break down 4 principles that I learned from the Naval's book, The Almanak of Naval Ravikant, which I'm trying to incorporate and that I believe will help you get rich without getting lucky. The first one, find and build specific knowledge. This relates to the idea that you should be better at something than everybody else. This will make you almost irreplaceable or keep you in a group of very select individuals who can perform a very specific task, and hence you will always be needed. For example, take Alak Pandey, founder of Physics Wala. Alak sir is known for his exceptional grasp of physics, presenting the concepts in the most fun and simple way. Thus, he is exceptionally loved and valued by his students. And this is why he has been able to grow from a few students to lakhs of students within 7-8 years. Hence, do something that you love, what you're good at, which is needed by the world, and something that the world will pay you for it. For example, maybe you love watching TV and you're good at it. That is, you can watch it for longer hours. But the world will not benefit from you watching TV and hence will not pay you for it. Similarly with browsing social media, shopping, etc. etc. But getting paid by building specific knowledge is not easy. It takes time, curiosity and effort. For example, you take up any public figure, Kapil Sharma, Sachin Tendulkar, Roger Federer, Mukesh Ambani, Mr. Beast, etc. They were relentlessly learning way before they became wealthy or famous. They are extremely curious about their work and love their work, and hence to them, their work is play, and hence it becomes extremely difficult to beat them at their own game. Hence, find something that is work to others but is play to you, and you will be able to play it for the long term and eventually be paid top money for it. Second, don't waste time. Once you have found and built specific knowledge, find time to do it more often and try to get paid higher the next time. Don't waste your time doing stuff that you don't want and that will divert you from the work that you love. For example, imagine there's a singer who gets paid 1500 per hour for his performances. But to save money, he cooks his own meals 2 hours per day. He does not enjoy cooking. So in my opinion, he should get a cook for let's suppose 3000 to 5000 a month, which will save him 50 to 60 hours monthly, increasing his earning potential by 75 to 90,000 per month, just by spending 3 to 5,000 per month. This brings us to the next point, know your hourly rate. If you can delegate work that you don't like to do for a rate lesser than your hourly rate, delegate. And then you should focus on increasing your hourly income in the initial years. There are only 2 ways to increase your hourly income. Get paid more for the work you are doing or increase the number of income sources. For the first kind, take the example of doctors. There's one kind that charges 200 to 300 rupees for a consultation of 15 minutes. Then there are others who are able to charge significantly higher, 2500 to even 3000 or even more for the same 15-minute consultation. For the second kind, take the example of any YouTube influencer. He may earn through YouTube ads, sponsorships, sale of books, merchandise, etc. etc. You can pursue any depending upon your profession and hustle. This brings us to the next point, leverage. Leverage is when you get more output without increasing the inputs. Consider doctor, lawyers, etc. They generally trade their time for money. If doctors stop seeing patients, they'll stop earning. Similarly, if lawyers don't have any active clients or cases, they'll stop earning. Obviously, assuming they don't have any other sources of income. On the other hand, consider a businessman. If he stops working, his team members will still be working and the businessman will be earning. Or consider an online teacher who sells recorded classes. As any student buys the study package, The teacher need not be physically involved always, as he has already recorded the lectures that serves as learnings. Every time a new student buys the package, he earns without even putting in any extra effort. Now, there are three kinds of leverage. Labor. Imagine a salon business. To increase the revenue of the salon business, it needs to employ more staff so that it can serve more people. This kind of leverage is known as labor leverage, where you definitely need more people to grow business, and it's almost impossible to grow without employing more people. The second is money. Imagine a software company. For it to grow, it just needs more money for more servers, maybe more money for marketing, and these things are scalable in the current world. You don't need to hire many more people, you just need capital. This is called money leverage. This is better than labor leverage, as you don't have to manage a lot of people and grow sustainably given you are providing something many people want. Now both this leverage are permission leverage, meaning you need permission to access labor and money. Let me explain. For you to hire someone to take advantage of labor leverage, that person must give consent that he wants to do the work that you are offering. Similarly, for you to use the money to grow, someone has to give you their money. If they don't give you money, you may stop growing. That someone might be anyone, friends, family, angel investors, venture capitalists, etc. etc. But they must give you the money, only after which you can use it. The last and my most favorite kind of leverage is permissionless leverage, where you don't need to take permission for anyone to use it. These are software and media. We have been seeing many examples of such after the rise of internet. Many YouTubers start like this. They have an idea, create videos about it, which they post on YouTube and start growing. They don't need to hire anyone, nor do they need much capital, and hence they don't need to take anyone's permission. Similarly, bootstrapped software companies such as Zerodha, EaseMyTrip, Zoho, etc. Companies where founders have put in their own money and not used any money from the outside sources have grown considerably by utilizing software, word of mouth media and free media, all permissionless leverage to grow into huge companies. But even all this will not ensure wealth creation alone. And that brings me to my next point and final point: execute for long term. Even if you have specific knowledge, you don't waste time, and you use leverage such as media and code, it is still not guaranteed that you will be wealthy. Imagine you are an exceptional singer, you practice regularly, and you use YouTube to post your songs. But you're not alone. You may have competitors who are just as exceptional, practice relentlessly too, and use YouTube as well. Now it depends on who is more consistent in the long term. If you are not consistent, then your audience will stop listening to you and start listening to your competitor. Also imagine a cricketer in the Indian cricket team. Even after playing at the highest level, where lakhs of people are watching him, he still needs to practice regularly to maintain his fitness and keep performing consistently. Otherwise, he will be dropped from the Indian team, and eventually his earnings will drop and may even stop completely as well. All the points are simple but not easy. But in my experience and opinion, executing for the long term is the hardest. There were many companies in the past, such as Orkut, Nokia, Vine, etc., who were not able to execute for a long term because of some reasons, and hence majority of the people don't use them anymore. So if you want to get rich without getting lucky, find and build specific knowledge. Don't waste time and try to delegate or outsource. Use leverage, media, software, capital and labor, anything that is suitable to your business. And finally and most importantly, execute for the long term. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.